Fabulous. All right. Well, let's sort of move through to our main billing for tonight, which is all about Google Business. So Google Business is the place. By the way, I should say my PowerPoint presentation tonight is old school. So it's paper and printing. So I won't hold it up for you to read. These are my notes to take you through it. So it is no PowerPoint tonight. We are going to go sort of live onto the screen. So I'm going to try and cover as much as I possibly can in this. You might want to take some notes with it. If you do have Google Business already, feel free to open it up on another screen so you can follow through as well too. As usual, I'll probably move way too fast for you to keep up, but you'll have the recording and you can go back and have a look at it at any point anyway. Just as an indication here, if you have a Google Business profile already, just pop AP into chat just to let me know that you have a profile already. Or if you don't have a profile, just click a no in it if you don't have your profile. Just give you some idea as to who is already on Google Business or not. All right, some yeses there. Fabulous, excellent. So a few people have. Other people looking for the keyboard. Yep, none yet. Fabulous. All right. So yes, you do. Excellent. Perfect. Yes. Excellent. All right. Well, Google My Business. If you're not familiar with it, it is a product there. If any of you have ever used Google Maps, that there is part of Google Business. And so Google Business is a way for you to be listed on the maps so that, and it's another, I suppose, search tool. So people use Google Maps for searching. I know I have. I was in Sydney one year and I lost the screw out of my glasses, and so I needed to find an optometrist. And so I actually ended up searching on Google Maps for an optometrist because I thought that's going to find me the one that is closest to me, and then I can navigate to it. So there are people that use Google Maps for searching. So if your business is listed there, you can be found. If it's not listed there, then you won't be found. Well, certainly not on that platform. The other thing with Google Business too is it's a way of people reviewing your business. So people can leave reviews on the platform, and because it's a third-party platform, it's one of those platforms that has more credibility to it than having reviews on your website. It's good to have reviews on your website, but no one in their right mind puts up one-star reviews on their website. If you get a one-star review, you generally just don't put those up. So you're only putting the 4- and 5-star reviews up there. But people know if they go to Google, it's going to be all of the reviews there, 1 to 5 stars. Hopefully most of yours are sort of 4s and 5s, but you can't avoid sometimes getting those 1-star reviews. As much as we might like to try, not everybody is a fan of ours in the world, and we don't always get on with everybody. So, but the key is to get as many of those positive reviews as possible. So they've got Google Maps. The other thing with Google Business as well too is that it shows up in the search results. So if you are having trouble getting listed in the search results, or it's taking a while to get listed, then there's a thing called the map pack, which I'll show you, and so your business can show up in the maps listing in Google search above all the other organic listings that are displayed. So, and sometimes you can show up there earlier than getting your organic listing up there. But there are some tricks well, not tricks, but some hints to get it up into those maps. Now, generally the maps are localized. So if someone is in say Surrey Hills and they're traveling around searching for an optometrist, then generally only the optometrists that are close by you are going to appear when you're searching. If you happen to be up on Robina on the Gold Coast and you're certain to do that same search, then you're going to get optometrists that are close to you. So part of your Google listing is thinking about, where do you want to show up with your listings, and you're able to show up for particular locations. The other great news about it too is, unlike some of the products out there, it is free. So it costs you nothing to get listed, and it's got some benefits to it. So why wouldn't you do it? So let me open up the browser and we'll sort of run through it. If you want to find Google Business, you just type in business.google.com and it will bring up, if you've got a listing and you're logged into Google, it will then bring up your listing. All right, let me find the correct browser, this one here. All right, so this is a typical Google search page, and what you'll see on the right-hand side, this is your Google business. Well, it's actually not your one, it happens to be my one. So if you search for your business name in the search bar and you do have a Google listing, a Google business listing set up, it should show in the right-hand side on in your browser. And probably best to use Google Chrome for this, although you can use any browser, but Google Chrome is probably better to use this when you're editing your profile. So that's what it looks like. So let me sort of run through it. So it's business.google.com. In fact, if you type in business.google.com, you won't immediately come to this page. You'll come to a page before this, which has got your listing on, and it will tell you whether you are verified, and it'll ask you to click on your listing. But this is what the public view of it is. Oh, in fact, I'm in an incognito browser at the moment, so this is exactly what the public get to see. So let me stop the share and I'll log into my account. I've got another screen open as well, which has got all of the editing tools in it. Which one is it? It is probably this one here. And it is. All right, so you'll notice some things different about this one. They've got some additional sections to it. And in particular, when you are logged into your Google account and the account that manages your Google business profile, then you've got this area on the left-hand side of the top, which is all of your management of your Google profile. Let's see if the map pack is here. No, it's not here. Let's just open up another browser and I'll show you the map pack as well too. So let's Google pet shop, for instance. Okay, so there we go. There's pet shop. This where it says places at the top, this area at the top here with the map and these three listings, this is the map pack. So this is the place where you do want to try and appear in for the location that you operate in. So because I happen to be in Robina, it is showing me pet stores that are close by me in Robina, and I do have GPS turned on in my browser. So if I was up in Brisbane, for instance, then it would show me different listings, and it'll show me listings from within Brisbane. So this is like for local business, and in particular, if you are a local business, you want to make sure that you've got a well-optimized profile so that people can find you in their local area. And you'll see this actually appears above all of the organic listings, which are underneath. So you've leapfrogged everybody else by being in the maps here. All right, well, let's head back to this. I'll just refresh the page. I think it's going to go dark. Hopefully you can still see that. It's on night view at the moment. Let's wait for it to load up properly. All right, so let's just go through each of the sections, and these are the things that you need to take advantage of. If you don't have a Google business profile, just go to business.google.com. You type in the name of the business, And if it exists, you can claim the profile. Sometimes they'll list it because they've found it on your website, or the algorithms found it somehow, and they'll list it so you can claim it. If it doesn't appear, then you can go and create a listing and then set that up for your business. Now, the thing with either claiming it or set up a new one, you do need to verify it. So Google has a verification process to verify that it's a real business and that you are the person that owns the business. Typically these days, they want you to verify your business on your phone, and they want you to turn on the camera and do a walk around your premises. So if you happen to have a home-based business, then you need to set up your business to with a like I was going to say letterhead in the office, but if you've got signs and computers and all of those things that show that you are a business, then you do a walkthrough with that on your phone. So, or if you're at another location, do the walkthrough there. If it's a serviced office that you happen to be out, I know some people have got serviced offices, then make sure that the area in the serviced office, that you walk into it to your serviced office desk or the area that you operate from, and you need to have ready your business cards there, maybe your website on your computer, things that indicate that this is your business. If you fail the verification, then they'll tell you why you failed, and then you can fix up the bits there or add in the pieces that they've recommended, and then you can resubmit your verification. But generally, it's done by phone. They used to post out a postcard, but these days it's all done digitally. And what they're doing too is that the reason why they get you to do it on your phone is that they are picking up the GPS location from your phone to verify that you are in fact in the location that you say you are. So they're verifying the address by GPS as well as the video that you're taking. But once you're verified, you can actually go through and set up some of these things if you're not verified. But once you're verified, you've got access to the whole lot. So your aim with the Google Business Profile, let me just enlarge the screen a bit if I can, just so we can see it. There we go. Your aim, you can see that there's a circle just in the middle of the screen here, which says profile strength. That circle will either be red, orange, or green. So it's the traffic light system. Your job is to get it to green and fully completed. So if there's any area of your business profile that's not complete, it'll show orange, and it'll have an incomplete circle there. If you've just started and you haven't filled out much of it, it will be red. So it really just is a progress traffic light, but you do want to get it to green, 100% circle closed. And the reason for that is that there are a lot of businesses out there that have partially completed business profiles. And if it's your competitors out there that are partially complete and you've got a complete profile, that's a tick in the algorithmic box to help to get you up in the map pack in Google search. So it means it's just one of those indicators that yes, you're a real business, you're paying attention to it, you're active on the platform, and you've completed everything, which means that Google have got all the information they need in Google search. So next to that are three little dots. These are administrative dots, and they're for things like your people access. Now, one recommendation I've got is if you've got a number of Google accounts, so let's say you've got a Google Workspace account, which is the paid Google account, and let's say you've got some Gmail accounts as well, add in all of those accounts as people to access the account. So it means if you ever got locked out of one, then you've always got access through another account. And when you do set up access, you want to make sure that you're giving your other profile owner access. That you've got, I think it's manager, owner, and primary owner. Make sure you give them all owner access, which means that it can manage, each of those profiles can manage the profile. So you can just do it with the add button. You can just pop in your email address. What's one that we've got? That is one that I know exists. There we go. If it does exist, it'll drop down. And it needs to be a Google account as well, and click invite. What will happen then is that profile will then get an invitation, and they can accept the invitation, and then they're able to manage this profile as well. But in essence, it is a security measure. If you get locked out of one of your Google accounts, then you've always got access to it through another account. You've got various other settings here, like the advanced settings. You're probably not going to head into these too much, but there are a couple of areas in there. One is to allow bookings and inquiries from your customers. So your people that visit your Google profile, they can make bookings with a booking form and can inquire directly. So you want to make sure that's toggled on. And you can also allow text messages and calls from your Google profile. So your clients and customers can call from it or message you. So you want to make sure that's turned on as well too. Your phone number, if you're happy to take phone calls, then show your phone number on the on your Google profile. If for some reason you don't want to show your phone number, then you can just toggle it off. But you're happy to take calls, and most businesses should be, then you'll toggle that on. And then the rest of it, what do we got here? If you have a Google Ads phone number, so if you're running Google Ads and you've got a specific ad phone number with Google Ads, which Google Ads issue you with this number, then you can add your Google Ads phone number in it, so it's on your profile as well. If you stop running Google Ads, you want to make sure you take that Google Ads phone number off it, because then it's going to ring through to someone else. And the other one I keep toggled on is recommendations for your business. Google does change the platform, I was going to say regularly, but at odd occasions. So you want to make sure if they are making any changes, then you can toggle on the recommendations. Linked accounts, that allows you to link your Google Ads account to your Google business profile. So if you do have a Google Ads account, just link it to that profile. It means if you're running ads, then your profiles are linked. Particularly if you're using Google Ads phone number, you want to make sure that they are linked as well too. And also in this box there are 3 little dots. If you ever get stuck, then you've got help and support. So Google does have a help desk or a support desk, or a knowledge base. So you won't always get through to someone. It might be just a knowledge base that they send you. So your 3 little dots are really your friend for all that there. So, and in terms of help and support, generally there's a tool there for you to ask a question, and then it will direct you to the answer. Notifications, this one here is, you want to toggle on the notifications for pretty much everything in here. Like customer messages, for instance, you want to make sure that you are notified about customer messages. Things like reviews, when people leave a review, because you do want to respond to them. Questions and answers. So for some people, some profiles, people will be able to ask questions, which you'll be able to answer. So it's almost like an FAQ section as well. But you've got bookings and quotes and photos. People are uploading photos. You want to be notified about that, because people can upload photos to your profile. You want to have the ability there to approve those. And things like insights, news and tips, posts, reminders, all that sort of thing. So generally you'll toggle on all of those reminders. All right, anything else in these 3 little dots? So that was your business profile settings, your notifications. Add a new business profile. That's if you want to create a new profile. If you click that, open up a new tab. So if you don't have a business, this is the screen that you're going to see to create a new profile. And all you do is you type in your business name in the top here. Okay, if it exists, it'll appear down in the list here. If it doesn't exist, it'll say create a business with this name. If it does exist, just click on it, and then it'll take you through a screen there to claim it or manage now. So this one here, so it's saying manage now. So obviously someone else is managing that there. They'll get a request to manage it. Sometimes people have profiles set up for them by digital marketers or digital people, and they've still got the management of it. With this manage now, you can request to take over the profile as well. There is a process for it. So generally they email the person that is managing the listing for you. that person's got X number of days to respond. If they don't respond, then you'll get the listing over to your name. You'll have to click a button to accept it all and prove that it is yours, or they can just assign it over to you. But that's what the screen looks like when you are claiming or creating a business. All right. Still on these three little dots, nothing more. Help and support is available there. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is the big one here is edit profile. And this is the area here. If you click on that, you want to make sure this is complete to 100%. So you may use your friend, Claude or ChatGPT or whatever your language model is to help you to craft up this. I would suggest that you don't just put AI generated content into this. Create the content yourself, speak the content. I always find that easy. If you want to describe your business, either speak it and record it, or have a conversation with someone talking about your business. They can ask you questions, record the conversation, excuse me, then put that into, say, ChatGPT or the large language model that you use, and get it to help you to edit it and refine it. So that way you get something that's more organic and more reflective of what you do, and then you get something that's edited that will fit well into your profile. So first of all, your business name. Now, the thing about your business name, you want to make sure that your business name is consistent across all of the web. So if you're using, so in my case, we've got SmashGo. SmashGo is going to be the same one that I use on social media, on the business pages that I use. It's going to be the same one I use on my YouTube channel. So exactly the same. But if you're using, let's say you prefer to describe yourself as your company PTY Ltd, just choose the format. You want to use the same format everywhere. It just makes it easy for Google when it's indexing and crawling the web and finding your listings or notices about you. It makes it easy to group you together to say this is the same business, and then when it serves up your profiles, I suppose, in Google search, then it's easy for it to group all of those together, saying this is the same business. All right, and you'll notice against each of these categories there is a little pencil. That means that you can edit it. And so the next one is categories. You can add a number of categories to your business. So just look at ones that are relevant. So let's say, what have we got? Digital. So there's no digital agency here. What have they got AI in there now? No, they've only got airport. So no AI at the moment. So just look through, what is going to be most relevant for your business. I think this particular one, that was the most relevant one for my particular business. Then you drop your description in here. Generally with the description, you've got 750 words. So try and, use up to that 750 words. And a good thing to do with your description is to drop in the keywords that people would generally search on to find or to bring up your products and services. So the sorts of things you do. So make sure you've got the keywords or key phrases in there to bring it up. They do have AI tools here as well too. So if you just click on the suggest a description, it will generate a description there for you, which you can then go and edit, change. You can accept or refuse it. You can try again. And what this tool is doing is it's the information Google's already got on you. It is creating a profile on what it already knows about you. Actually, that one's not too bad. So if you want to use it, you can just click that use button. You've got your opening date, phone number. All right, so you can see this one here. This phone number says it's not publicly visible. That was where it was toggled off. So that's why I say if you toggle it on, toggle it off. There we go. So we want to sort of make sure that that is visible so people can call us from our profile. Bring it back up again. Okay, it wants us to add the phone number. Okay. So it's Australia. What is my phone number? There we go. And simple as adding that. All right, and you'll notice that some of the changes they have pending, Google does check these with their system, and if it's not accepted, it'll let you know by email that it hasn't been accepted. You got your website link. If you run an e-commerce store on WooCommerce, so let's say you got a WordPress site and you're using WooCommerce, then you can download the plugin for a WooCommerce plugin for Google Maps. And you can connect your Google business profile to your WooCommerce. Now, what it's connecting is it allows you to connect your products. So it means that, if you're running ads for your products, Google has got you've probably seen it at the top of search sometimes. If you're searching for particular products, they'll profile them in a carousel at the top of the search pages. You can get your products in that carousel. It's all part of the Google Ads network, but it pulls the content out of your website. And if you've got, say, a WooCommerce website, I think they do it for Shopify as well too, then you can connect it all to Google Business, Google Ads, and it will bring your products into Google search as well too. So if you do have that, just click the Get Started button. I won't click this now, but it will take you through a number of prompts. One of them will be to download a plugin to upload to your WordPress website. And then once you've uploaded and activated it, you just follow the prompts through to connect it to your business profile. All right, you'll notice that at the bottom of my profile is where you've got Instagram, Twitter, which is now X, YouTube, and Facebook. So in your Google business profile, you can put your other social media profiles in there as well, which I recommend you do. And that is all in your edit profile section. Scroll down to your social profiles and put all of your social profiles in there. So if people are searching for your business and they are on and it comes up in Google search, well, this gives them an opportunity to find you in on your social profiles as well too. So you can add them all in there. Well, they've only got 4 at the moment. So Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I was looking for LinkedIn, doesn't appear to be there, although I dare say you could probably find a way to add that in. All right. Short name, that's just a short name for Google. Then you've got your address. So this is where you pop your address location in. And your service area. So this service area is really important. Because I have an online business, then my service area is Australia, New Zealand, United States, United Kingdom. That just happens to be where my clients come from. If you are a local business, for the service area, you want to make sure that you add in here the suburbs that you service. So if you're in the, let's say, Gold Coast of Australia, you would click in Gold Coast. But not only would you add in Gold Coast, like if you're specifically in Robina, for instance, you would add in Robina. So just have a look at your maps and the locations around where you are and add in as many suburbs as you possibly can. There is a limit to them. I can't remember what the limit is. It's something, but there's quite a few. I think it's something like 15 to 20 suburbs that you can add in. But you want to make sure you add in as many as you possibly can so that it fills out the map and covers the area that you prefer to service. So you're probably looking at, like if you're a local business, you're looking at at least 5 kilometers around your central location. That's really important. That's what helps to get you in the map pack. If someone was in Robina and you are listed, you've got Robina listed as your service area, that's what helps to trigger it into that to be listed in that map pack. Someone's in Robina, they're searching for your business while they're in Robina. That is one of the things that helps to display it. Your opening hours, so you can pop your opening hours in. Apparently, I'm open 24 hours. Well, I am because a lot of my stuff you can get online at any time. But if you're a physical business, then maybe you've got hours, or if it's a phone based or whatever, then whatever your opening hours in, drop those in. so that people are aware of when you open. If you've got any special hours, they might be, say, public holidays. And this is where you come and review it when these holidays come up. So for like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, then you will just drop in whether you're closed or not. So you do need to come and do this every year and just check these holidays as they're coming up. So your Google business profile is not something you set up and forget. There is some active things that you need to do sort of throughout the year as well. Maybe put a reminder in your calendar for before these public holidays come up to come back and check your Google business profile. I would recommend checking at least once a month anyway. So have a scheduled time, come back in and check it. 2 to 5 minute job, and if there's any change or anything you need to pay attention to, you can do it at that point there. And then you've got all sorts of other options that you can add in as well too. Do you deliver? Do you do brunch or dinner or all those sort of things? Probably not relevant if you're not a cafe, but any of these that are relevant, make sure you add them to your profile. And then they've got, let's just discard those edits that I've got there. Then you've got other items here. So, do you identify as women-owned? That's a category in there. Accessibility. So if people come to your location or your premises, then list out all of the things that are relevant for you. So click, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no for those. Do you have gender neutral toilets? What's this one for crowd? There we go. LGBTQ friendly, transgender friendly space. Parking. So if you offer parking or if there's parking available, definitely sort of check that as well. Do you offer on-site or off-site services? So see, there's lots of things to go through. So just really sort of work your way through all of the categories on your profile to make sure that it's up to date. Remember that we're trying to get to this circle here being green and a closed circle. This is how you do it. And the reason you do that too is because for all those others that are competitors of yours that haven't got a green circle, this just puts you a nudge above them. All right. Any questions there? I've got us gold, Leo. No problem. All the best. The recording will be available for this at the end of the session as well too. Okay. All right. So the next section here is reviews. So you can see in the bar here that we have reviews. And so you should actively be getting as many Google reviews as you possibly can. But to read the reviews, you can just click this read reviews button, and then you get to read, and you can respond to the reviews in here as well too. There are 3 sections. One of them is it'll just list out all of your reviews. Then click on the ones that you've replied to. But the ones you want to look at are the ones that you have not replied to. You should always reply to your reviews because it indicates you've got an active profile. And that's for Google and for customers as well too. But also when you're applying for reviews, it's also a good opportunity for you to put in keywords that are relevant to your product, service, or business. So when you're doing your replies, think about it. So don't just say thanks for your positive review. It might be thanks for your positive review. I'm glad you enjoyed the Business Owners Smashing It Online webinar program that we hold every Tuesday. Okay, so that's adding the keywords in. So think about how you can do it in a way that helps the search engines as well too. To get more reviews, there's a get more reviews button at the top there, and they give you this handy little short link. If you click on that little copy link there, then you can just copy and paste that into your emails, onto your website, wherever you want people to give you reviews, onto the bottom of your invoices when you send them out as well too. And there is a QR code as well. You can save that QR code. If you right click on it, you can save it to computer. You can put that QR code on your business card, on a flyer, right at the, if you have an office with a desk, put it out, where a reception area, put it up there as well too. It'll take them straight through to the reviews page, and they can leave a review. In fact, the QR code, if you do what I do, have it on your phone, in your photos on your phone. That is easy to find, and that way if you're with someone and you want them to leave a review, pull up the photo of your QR code, they can scan it, go straight through to your Google reviews. So you want to get as many as you can, every opportunity, ask people for reviews. If you see the email that comes out after the show, after every one of those emails, always asking for reviews. Not everyone's going to leave you one, but it is an incremental process. And there's also another button down here, ask for reviews, which does the same thing. So it just brings you there. Now you can give customers, you can share your reviews by email. If you click on the links for email, for WhatsApp or Facebook, you can even click on that to go through to Facebook for your reviews as well. So you can make your requests on social media straight from your profile. Photos. All right, photos. Make sure you got photos going up onto your Google profile. So these are not only photos of your shop. So traditionally it was photos of, inside your store, your outside of your store, that sort of thing. But if you don't have a physical store, you can also upload photos of your products, your services, your events that you're holding, anything that is relevant that you want people to see. I happen to be eyeballing David at the moment. He runs an event every month. You can put the, the promo sort of photos there of the events, or just an image there. You're saying that you hold these events every month at the Avello on Friday. So, you can do that sort of thing as well. So it's another piece of real estate that you can use to let people know what you're doing. So there's no limit to the photos you can put up there. You can add photos, you can remove photos as well. So it is a dynamic area for you to use, but it gives you the opportunity to showcase more of what your products and services are. So, and again, it's free, so use it, and it's in Google search. Posts, we'll come back to. Products, your products and services. You can add these to your profile as well too. So if you've got standard products, so let's say you offer, say, physical products, you add your product name in there, you can pop the category in there, you can put the price in there, put a description in there, and a photo of the product. So they can be physical products, but again, they can be service-based products or events that you're running as well. So here's another opportunity for you to put information about, the services that you sell, the events that you've got into this area as well. So, and you've got a landing page as well. So if you have a landing page for it, then, and that could be on your website, it could be Eventbrite, it could be Facebook events, it could be LinkedIn events. You can put the URL to, where they go to register. So it's another, if it's your website, another backlink there. There's another avenue to get people through to, what you do. And you can put up as many products as you like. Q&As. Now, this is not enabled for everybody. If you see that no questions are currently available, it means that you can't, it's not available for you. So I still haven't got to the bottom as to who it's available for and who it's not. But they operate like FAQs, and it allows people to ask questions of you. I think on the left-hand side, here's the section, sorry, on the right-hand side, here's the section on the right-hand side where it says questions and answers. It means that if you can see this on someone's profile, if you click on it, then it gives people the opportunity to ask a question, and they can see the previous questions that have been asked and other ones that have been answered. Now you can actually ask the questions. So if you've got a list of frequently asked questions, you can pop those up there so that people are able to read through your FAQs, for instance. But if you don't have it available, it just means it's not available. If you don't see it on your profile, if you check your profile in incognito view or a guest browser, or in a profile where you don't manage your Google profile, if you don't see this section, just means it's not available for you. There's no way to toggle it on or off. This is all controlled by Google's process. So it's Q&As. All right, next one is posts. So again, this one is really important. So just like you post on social media, so LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you can post on Google Business as well. So you can see here that, we're regularly posting to our Google Business profile. Again, another opportunity for you to get current news up there. If you're posting reasonably regularly up there, then, having an active profile indicates to Google that yes, you are posting to it, you are active. It's another little signal that can push you up in the map pack in search as well. So if you just keep all of this activity up, all of these things help to push you above others that are in the same sort of industry as you. So to add a post, you can just come through to Google and you can create a post. There are 3 types of posts you can create. One is an update. So an update might be, for instance, we're coming up to Christmas season. Maybe you're putting an update there for a Christmas, what you're doing at Christmas time with your business. Or it could be news about a current event that's relevant to your business, or just what you'd normally post in. Now you can schedule these posts, so you can set the date that you want to schedule it for. And you can also add a call to action button to it as well too. So that call to action button could be to book an appointment, to order online, to buy something, learn more, sign up, call now type of thing. So if it's booked, for instance, then it gives you the link for your booking calendar. Or if it is buy, then you can have a link to your sales page for that particular product, or to the event. You can, or if it's learn more, for instance, if you happen to be talking about an event that you're running, you can drop in your Eventbrite link into there as well. So you've got calls to action on the posts, and then you've got an image or a video. So you can upload images or videos to here. I'd suggest if you've got a video, that's probably better. So if you've got a video talking about what it is that this post is about, upload a video into here as well. If you don't have a video, you can upload an image. Your text itself is 1,500 words. So there's a reasonable amount of content that you can pop in there. The next type of post that you can add is an offer. So if, what have we got Black Friday coming up, for instance. So if you have some Black Friday offers, you can create an offer. So you put a title to the offer, you can put your description and what it is that you are selling. Again, your video and images. So again, if it's an offer, you might be talking about the offer. This is your sales video that goes up in there. So it gives you the opportunity to tell people what it is that you are offering and the benefits of it. And then you can put a start date and time and an end date and time. So that means the post will be up from a certain date to the end of that. So if you only want it up for a week, it's up for a week. If you want it up for 4 months, it's up for 4 months. And again, you can schedule this as well too for a particular time to post. If you've got things like terms and conditions or a coupon code or a link to redeem this offer, you can add all those in as well, and then you've got your URL. So effectively it becomes another sales page for you using this. And the other one is an event. So if you're holding events like this, we've used it for this event here for this week webinar. You can drop the title in, description in, video or image in, start date, end date, and when you want to schedule this for as well too. And your button might be to sign up or book now, and then you pop your link into this as well. So you've got lots of opportunities to be able to post. So again, it's free. It is in Google, so make use of it. If you're using a scheduling tool like Canva, for instance, so you've got Canva scheduling tool, you can, I'm pretty sure Canva, you can post to this, so you can schedule up posts to post to Google Business. Or if you're using something like iConnection or Go High Level, then you can schedule your posts in there. So you can see this is inside our Go High Level iConnection account, and we've got posts scheduled, so published and scheduled for all the platforms. So you can see one here. This top one here is for a post we're talking about CRMs, and that one is all scheduled for December the 3rd. So you can sort of schedule it out. So you can have a reasonable amount of content in, if you're using a tool like this. Or you can just use the scheduling tool in the Google Business profile. I just find with the scheduling tool in iConnection, we can do them in bulk, and it just makes it a lot easier to manage. All right, so that's that. Advertising. If you are advertising, so using Google Ads, then you can, when you click on that button, that'll take you through to the Google Ads platform, and then you can go through and create ads. If you're setting up a new profile, often they'll give you something like a $600 credit or thereabouts to advertise. You have to spend $600, but they'll, once you've spent your $600, they'll give you another $600 to carry on with the advertising as well too. And then your performance. So this tells you what's happened on your profile. So you can have a look at your time period that you want to check out. So let's say July. We've got June to November, for instance. So we're going to sort of check that out. So it'll give you an overview of interactions that people have had with their profile. So people that visited it, clicked on it, had a look around. How people discover you. So like whether it's on Google's mobile, on desktop, through Google Maps, on mobile or on desktop. So you can start to see, you know, how people are behaving and where they actually find you on through the platforms. So for us here, 62% of people find us through Google search on their mobile device. So they're searching on mobile, that's how they get to us. So if we were going to start to focus anywhere in terms of optimizing our profile, we'd be looking at really optimizing this mobile side of things, because that's what people are, how they're finding us, and we'll be creating content in our posts that really work well for mobile content. Then on the right-hand side, you've got some of the key search phrases that they use to find you. Now, I'm a little sort of disturbed or sad to say that we get quite a lot of hits for Smash Room. So apparently on the Gold Coast, there is a place called Smash Room, which is not us. So probably the name SmashGo is why this comes up. So we've got a little bit of work to do to try and get people not finding us for that, but finding us for what we actually do. So, but it will give you a list of the sort of keywords that people are finding you on. If you've got calls enabled, it will give you the stats on people that have called you, if they chat with you. So you can put your phone number in for people to SMS you in your profile as you're setting up the profile. It will give you those clicks there for chat. Bookings, people that ask for direction, and clicks through to your website. So you've got analytics so you can see exactly what's happening on your profile. All right, have I covered everything here? If I've missed out anything, any questions as I'm looking through what I might have missed at the moment? No, I think I've got everything actually. So that there is really the your Google Business Profile. It's a setup of your profile, and from my bang for buck, why wouldn't you do it? The most important parts of it are this green ring, making sure that you get that ring to green and closed, making sure you're asking for reviews, and then posting regularly to it. Those are the three tips. That's what I'd be saying. All right, anything here in chat? There we go. So many ways of publishing content out. Yes, absolutely right. So, and it's good to be able to publish in as many platforms as you can. This is another platform you can publish on. I think being Google, it is a good platform to publish on because Google is the search engine. People are naturally coming here anyway. And also with the AI tools starting to pick up some of the search content, you want to make sure it's easy for the AI tools there to find your content. Having it in having posts in your Google profile is a good way for it to also get into, you know, the AI recommendations as well too. All right, should you post the same content on your Google business as well as on your site? Yes, although you probably want to contextualize it. It might not be exactly the same. In fact, the word count, you've only got 1,500 words in your Google posts. So 1,500 words is not much if you're comparing it to an article on your website. So you're probably summarizing that content down with a link back to your website for them to read the full post. That's how I would use that there. But you know, if you're posting across multiple platforms like you know, Facebook and LinkedIn and Google, then by all means you can use the same content as well too. All right, what do we got? Would you list in a digital course as a product or service? Absolutely. So yes, you'll put your courses in there. It's another way for people to come and discover your courses. So yeah, I'd definitely put that in there. All right, Jeff, you have a question.
Yeah, it was just one thing I was mentioning. You said 1,500 words. It's actually 1,500 characters.
Sorry, you're right, Jeff. Thank you for picking me up on that. Yes, it is 1,500 characters, not 1,500 words. So yes, it's quite a bit shorter. Thank you. Is there any integration? Does it support e-commerce? It supports WooCommerce. So if we go back to the profile, let me just bring up that share again. If you've got a WordPress site, it will support WooCommerce. I haven't seen any other platforms that supports, and I don't like the other one. I would think it maybe should support is Shopify. I'm just not sure that it does. Do you know, Jeff, whether it supports Shopify? Connects through to Shopify?
I don't know about that one.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it does. But certainly WooCommerce it does. It's reasonably easy to set up and connect as well. If you have a look down the right-hand side when you're managing it, you can see where it says connect to WooCommerce. So if you just click the get started, it'll take you through a range of prompts to then connect it all up. Is there any integration with Google Pay? Not directly. You can't pay for anything on the site with Google Pay, but you can, like if you've got products that you want to pop up here, you can add your products here, and then you can add a link to your e-commerce pages or your payment pages where people can buy your products. So it's really your payment pages that are going to have the integration with Google Pay. All right, what else have we got here? Any other questions? If you've got a question, shoot your hand up or unmute yourself so we can hear. Okay, Paul, having an issue with LinkedIn Premium. Okay, yeah, we can talk about that, Paul, shortly. Okay, that's it. No more questions. Anyone else got any questions?
Nick, I've just got a quick one. Back in the Google Map section, where you put in the locations that you service, you put in a couple of countries and then you put specifically Robina, like suburbs. Would you put the countries first and then the specific suburbs? Is that
Really
how
good question.
Does it matter?
Yeah, really good question. The answer is no. So if you're just servicing a local suburb, you wouldn't put the country in. So what happens is if you put Australia in as the country, it means that you're telling Google that you service the entire country. So even if you put say Gold Coast in, because you service Gold Coast as well, it's saying that you service the whole country and you service the Gold Coast. So if you want it localized, you'll only put in. You won't put in Australia. You might put in Gold Coast, Merrimack, Burleigh, all as many of the suburbs around the Gold Coast that you service, but not the country. Does that make sense?
Yeah, got you. So you don't put service here.
For my profile. Yeah, for my profile, I've got Australia in. I was just popping in Gold Coast to show you how to do it, but I didn't save that into my profile. So I've still got all over Australia on my profile.
Got you. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Vlad.
I just look at SmashGo's business profile. Do you have an actual shop?
Yes, I do. My shop on my website, I've got a WooCommerce on a subdomain on my.smashgo.co. It's got WooCommerce on it. We sell products from in there. They're digital products. So we can link that to Google Business.
Okay, the question is because I've seen an address here, in Robina, Queensland.
Yep.
And it also has popular times. So
yes.
Are you having people visiting you at that address?
No, I don't know why it puts those popular times in. Because that
usually comes from tracking something, and I'm wondering what is it tracking to come up with that?
I would suspect actually that if you look at the number of people that have searched out my location on Google Maps, it's probably using some of that, and there may be some other tracking in there as well too. Maybe it's following my Wise Maps. Google Maps owns Waze as well, and it knows when I turn up to that location, so that thinks that I'm going to be there. So that's a popular time. Who knows?
Yeah, because normally, I use that to work out when to go to a club or when to go to the gym.
Yes. I would say that that's probably when. And I'm only guessing about this, but people are tapping it into Google Maps. That gives an indication. You get lots of people tapping it at a midday, then you know that that's probably a popular time. If there's nothing at 1 o'clock in the morning, then it's obviously not popular. So I would suspect that that's one of the measures they use. But I don't know why I have times on mine, because I'm open 24 hours, and I don't actually have a physical office. I've got a virtual office there.
I wonder if you can take it away.
Good question. Yeah, good question. Not sure. Have to have a look. All right. Any other questions at all?
Actually, I do have one last question.
Yes.
Nick, with the cool online tools and apps, do you take requests?
Yes, I'm happy to take requests. Are you sort of giving me a challenge to go and find a tool that's going to do something specific for you?
No, you brought up Notion earlier, and I'd love to see your take on it. Just overviewing it, because some of these things, like you start using and you don't know if you're using it to its full potential. So I'd just be interested to see what you've got to say about it, if you use it or not.
I haven't used it a lot, but it's probably a whole session that we could do on Notion as a tool for use. It's quite a vast tool, but I have used it. It's not one of my tools that I use regularly. Some people swear by it and they use it all the time.
Yeah, right. Okay. No worries.
Excellent. All right. Paul, did you have a question that you wanted to throw out there about LinkedIn Premium?
Yeah, hi, Nick, and hello, everybody. Look, excuse me doing this, but we've got a brains trust here, and I just would love to let you know of an issue that I've had and see if anybody else has. So I'm on LinkedIn Premium, and I have been for over 10 years, and I get a pretty good deal because I've paying the same price as I did 10 or more years ago. Anyway, all of a sudden last week, I saw that I'd lost it, and I wasn't aware of having done anything, and I'd paid the bills. So anyway, I went back to them and they said, yes, the plan you're on is no longer being offered. And what they did was they moved me through to the free version, which has got severe limitations for what I want to do. So look, I've been in discussions with the customer support people, and basically their answer is we're no longer offering that plan. They have offered other plans, but one, I was surprised that I didn't get any pre-warning. They just moved me off it and put me onto the free version. And secondly, I'm struggling a little bit to understand what the various options are in the premium. My question is, has anybody else who's on premium run into this? Because I suspect they're progressively working their way through everybody who is on premium, and the last thing you want to do is all of a sudden find you're on the free version and you're severely restricted.
Mm-hmm.
Have you run into that at all, Nick, or anybody else?
I have to say that I've run into this with Microsoft before, and that was Skype when they bought Skype and submerged it all into Teams. I was on a really good plan with them. I ran all my phones through them, and it was a deal that they no longer offered. And then they did exactly the same thing with me and cut it off and said they weren't going to offer it again, despite the fact I'd been paying for it. And but yeah, I guess it's just company policy. So, but I think there are two people that I would recommend that may know the answers. One of them would be Steve Dart, who has been on the program before, so I'd connect with him. The other one might be Con CTAs as well too. So he's another one that may know. And you've got a couple of people that, like Kylie.
Sure, I've been discussing it with Kylie, and she belongs to a few, Kylie Chown, who many of the people here will already know. And she's gone into a few LinkedIn groups to see if she can find out. But I think I'm really trying to flag that to anybody else who's on the premium, be wary. I suspect you're likely to lose it. Is that how they do it? Do they just do it progressively, or do they just work their way through, everybody all at once?
Well, I think when that happened to me with Skype, it was a progressive thing, because I spoke to other people at the time and looked at some of the forums and people complaining about it, and it was over a number of months.
Right, so okay, all right. Look,
might have been just your turn.
No, look, thank you for letting me air it. I'll pursue it anyway. Thank you.
Excellent. All right. Well, that is our show tonight. We do have the door prize for tonight. Door prize is if you have a Google business profile or don't have a profile, I am happy to offer up an opportunity to help you to optimize that profile, having done many of them before and know my way around the platform. So that is a door prize tonight. who has got a Google profile? Yep. So most of us have. Okay, great. So so that's tonight's prize. If you think it's going to be helpful, then you could win it. If it's not helpful, feel free to gift it. So let's bring up our wheel of names and let's see who our lucky winner is tonight. All our names are in there, so let's spin the wheel. And we'll see whether it is someone that is still here or someone who's gone. Donelda, looks like you. Are you still here?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
You are. There you go. You are madly looking for that unmute button, weren't you?
No. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that.
Pleasure. All right. Well, what we'll do is my team will connect us up tomorrow by email, and then we can just make a time, and then we can work through what you need on your profile. And happy to help you out.
Thanks a lot, Nick. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Fabulous. Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Well, that is our show tonight. Of course, this will be up on the SmashGo YouTube channel tomorrow afternoon. All of the links for the YouTube, social media, Facebook group, all that sort of stuff. It is in chat right now. So if you want to go and save the chat, which will have all the online tools as well, click the three little dots on the top right-hand side, and you can download it to your computer. Next week, we have Kyle Malosh, who is a Google Ads and Facebook Ads expert. He is going to be talking next week about AI and ads. So that might be something you might be interested in too. He was the person that said to me 2 years ago that he thought that he was going to be out of a job in 5 years with some of the AI tools that have been rolled out into the ad. So he's got some really interesting takes on that for next week. And if it's anything like what Meta's talking about, Meta really wants to get rid of the digital agencies. They want to manage all the ads. All they want you to do is to tell them what sort of customer you want or the products that you're selling. They will just send you customers without any other interaction. So AI will do all the work. So that's really where they're heading. He's going to talk about sort of how some of that might be impacting us and some opportunities in there as well too. So that's for next week. But for now, that's our session. Go and have a good night, and we'll see you next week.